after finishing the previous step of solving the cube, we will end up with a completely yellow side on top. After that, we'll look for a headlight pattern, which is identified as two corner pieces that are matching. So we're ignoring all edge pieces and just looking at corner pieces, matching corner pieces here. So these are headlight patterns. We have two orange pieces, they're same color on the same side, which as you might imagine is a headlight of cars. That's where it gets its name. So that's what we're looking for. You may end up with a completely solved cube. Lucky you. Forget about that. You may end up where you have all your headlight patterns on each side of the cube already. Again, that's a lucky step. That's fine. Move on to the next step. Most of the time you'll end up with either no headlight patterns. So here we have none. You can see those are wrong. Those don't match up. Those don't match up. So we end up with none, or we end up with none, one. That doesn't match. That doesn't match. So we either end up with 0 headlight patterns out of 4 or 1. Okay, this is what we want. This is how we're going to orient our cube, is based on this headlight pattern. Okay, we're going to use the same move throughout these two cases. So when we do have the headlight pattern, we're going to move that to the back of the cube, and we'll leave that for now. When we don't have a headlight pattern, you can hold the cube however you want. Doesn't matter. This could be facing. Doesn't matter what's facing you or what's in the back. Okay, we're going to apply this algorithm, which is the same algorithm we'll apply to the other case. Is R prime F R prime B2 R F prime R prime B2 R2. Okay, that's a little bit tricky. Just try not to rotate the cube as you're solving it. Keep the yellow on top. What that will do is go from 0 headlight patterns, and it will give us 1 headlight pattern. So we see our 2 greens, we have our headlight pattern. So that's what that move does to a cube that has no headlights. It gives us 1 headlight pattern. Once we have our 1 headlight pattern, we're going to move that headlight pattern so it's in the back of the cube. It doesn't need to be matched up with its colors. Okay, we'll ignore that for now. Just the fact that we have a headlight pattern. We'll put it in the back. Same algorithm. R prime F R prime B2 R F prime R prime B2 R2. And what that will do is we'll solve the remaining 3 headlight patterns, as you can see there. I'll show you another case here. We have our 1 set of headlights. Put that in the back. R prime F R prime B2 R F prime R prime B2 R2, all the while keeping the yellow on top. Okay, that's what that move will do, and it looks like we skipped our last step there. Big deal. I'll show you a couple more examples. Here we look around, we see identify we have 1 set of headlights. We'll put that in the back. R prime F R prime B2 R F prime R prime B2 R2, and that gives us headlights there, headlights there, headlights there. We know we've done our job. Excellent. Move on to our next example here. Search around. Looks like we have no headlight patterns. It doesn't matter how you hold it. You're going to apply the same algorithm. R prime F R prime B2 R F prime R prime B2 R2. Keeping the yellow on top. Search around, we have our 1 set of headlights. Nothing more. We'll place that in the back. Same move. R prime F R prime B2 R F prime R prime B2 R2. Take a little fudging to get used to that algorithm, but you'll get it. So there we have our 4 headlight patterns. Excellent. One last example here. Looks like we see our headlight pattern there. We automatically throw that in the back. R prime F R prime B2 R F prime R prime B2 R2. Look around, we see our headlights there, headlights there, headlights there, and headlights there. So we're just looking at one algorithm, that's all we're using. As with the last case, we're just orienting our cube differently to make sure that algorithm has the desired effect on our cube, which is to get our headlight patterns here and match up our four sides and their corner pieces. Okay. So there's only two cases, well, three. I solved all the ones are already solved. You'll either end up with one headlight pattern or you'll end up with no headlight patterns. Again, a reminder, with no headlight patterns, it doesn't matter where the cube is oriented. Just go ahead and apply the algorithm, and that will produce one set of headlights, which then you rotate to the back of the cube, and then produce repeat the same algorithm, and that will solve your four headlight patterns on your cube, and then that will leave us with one step where we'll orient the edges to solve the rest of the cube. Thanks for watching.